So you've sold those, okay? Yeah, thank you. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, okay?
Everything has a price, and when the price of everything is going up, some are being left with very few options.
Thank you, bye.
At this pawnbroker's in Birmingham, we watched as throughout the day a stream of people exchanged their rings, bracelets, electrical items for cash to buy the basics.
And £80, okay.
Mum Stephanie is here because she needs money to warm her home.
I'm here today to pawn something to get some cash for my electric bill.
So you're going to put, what are you going to pawn today?
I'm going to pawn this.
Okay. How much are you hoping to get for these?
Well, I just want a 10 just to top up the electric and...
So you get a tenner for these? You want a tenner for these?
Yeah.
How do you feel about having to do this? Obviously you would rather not, but I mean
Yes, I'd rather not, but if this is the closest option to survival, yeah? Whatever in my house, it could be a telly, it could be whatever. I'm going to bring it here, get some money, put food on my kids' them table, because I could go to bed without food, but my kids them, I make sure they have something in their stomach.
Most people we met didn't want to be identified, but like Stephanie, they're here for the same reasons.
The cost of living going up and everything, it's necessary evil, you've got to do it.
Yeah. How much have you got the jewellery, family jewellery in here?
Yeah, it's all sentimental.
Sentimental stuff?
Yeah.
How does it feel to have it in here rather than kind of at home with you?
Horrible, but you got to raise it and keep warm.
We get electrical items like TVs, sound bars, iPads, phones.
So these are all TVs?
Yeah, so the ones that you see on display now are the ones that have been left with us. We have seen an increase in people topping up their gas and electric, and people having to pawn to do that because it's just got so expensive. But we have seen like a vast change in the people that come in as well. It's people that maybe have got businesses, that have got homeowners, things like that. I've seen this rise in prices going up.
What would you say to people who think that you're essentially making money out of this cost of living crisis?
Well, we are a business, so like we do make money, but we are cheaper than most banks. We do offer a lifeline to a lot of people that would not get any help from any other type of finance.
While not everyone is being pushed to such extremes, more and more people are relying on borrowing to meet day-to-day costs. In South London, 10-year-old Adam plays in the living room as his mum Louisa makes dinner in the kitchen after getting in from work.
I'm doing 5 days a week at the moment, and it's still a struggle.
She's in arrears to her energy company and is using credit cards to buy the essentials.
When you're in full-time work, you should be getting enough to pay everything and still have something left over. And I can't do anything with that money. But by the time I get paid, it will go.
Could you get through each month without putting it on the credit cards?
No. No, I couldn't.
They've sort of become a bit of a necessity.
Yeah, I have to rely on the cards, or sometimes I borrow money. I do wake up and I think about food, the kids, like bills, the rent, and I'm thinking, how long am I going to be able to do that before I end up in really serious trouble? I do worry, of course I worry, I've got kids.
What we were talking about last time, what sort of debts you're in at the moment?
I'm in a lot of debt, to be honest with you.
Debt advice charities across the country have told us more and more people are coming to them for help. Debt coach John Taylor holds drop-in sessions across London and invited us along to meet some of the people he's helping, including Lenny, who's in debt to his landlord.
Because I'm not homeless, I will not sleep on the streets, especially in winter. I'm 63, I've got asthma. My back's gone, my legs are gone because I've been doing removals for 30 years. I can't afford to be on the streets.
You've got the people that have been in debt for some time due to ill health or due to loss of job and the standard stuff. But then there's like a new wave of people coming that, you know, either were okay and were just on the breadline, or did have a little bit of debt but were just able to make those repayments. And now people are just getting pushed over the edge. With spiralling rent costs, interest rates, those that are poorest are going to be the ones that are going to suffer the most.
And some are at risk of losing almost everything. Jennifer and her husband Stanford raised their children in this flat, but this year have struggled to pay the rent along with rising energy and food prices.
So these are all the letters you're receiving for the debts that you're in?
Their universal credit, they say, can't cover it all, and they owe almost £3,000 in rent.
This is repossession for this flat.
The only thing I really care about is my house, because I've lived here for 28 years, and this is a family home.
Do you worry about losing the house?
I do, because I wonder where they're going to put me.
Have you noticed that the cost of things have made it harder to clear these debts?
Oh yeah, and even bread, eggs, everything's just, it's just gone up. Everything's gone up. You can't pay everything. I've got into debt, and whatever you do, you can't seem to get around it.
For some, this crisis is a case of survival, but with nothing to fall back on, they risk losing what little they have left. Daniel Hewitt, ITV News.